Now at 11, new COVID restrictions are now in place in Pullman following a surge of cases there. We bring you the details about why that order was issued and how it's being enforced. Plus, tomorrow the Zags will tip off in the Final Four against UCLA. This is our team, our town, our time. We have team coverage from Indy, plus an interview from Mark Few after winning Coach of the Year. Well, Easter weekend stays sunny and warm with highs around 60. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sherry brings you what you need to know going into the holiday weekend. Hey there, good evening. Thanks so much for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Tim Pham. The Gonzaga men's basketball team takes on UCLA tomorrow, so let's get right to our team coverage here on KREM 2. A lot of developments for the team today in Indy. Brenna Green and our own Mark Hanrahan have been there all week long, bringing us special GU coverage. Tonight, they have more from Coach Few and his players as they count down the hours until the big game.
Yes, good evening from downtown Indianapolis, where we are now just one day away from Gonzaga taking on UCLA in the Final Four.
Yeah, and I spoke with the team today. They made one thing very clear. They are laser focused.
If someone would have told you before the year you guys would go into the Final Four undefeated, what would your reaction have been?
I would have laughed. We just absolutely laughed.
Mark Few has laughed all the way to the pinnacle of the sport. Today he was awarded 2 National Coach of the Year awards, one of which was from the National Association of Basketball Coaches. He says that award is particularly sweet.
Well, man, it is a huge honor. It's a special award because it is from the coaches, and yeah, it's something I'll really cherish.
Something he'll also really cherish is his team's time in the bubble this year. He says it's unfortunate that the Zags won't be able to have the fanfare of the 2017 Final Four, but there are also some positives.
The flip side of it is, man, I mean, we're so focused and there's no distractions. None of us are having to worry about tickets and worrying about trying to connect with our families around the schedule that we have. So you get some great camaraderie, you know, as if we need it anymore, but it's been great to have it, of just all of us together on this, and that's all we got.
If there is anyone on this team who's had a breakout tournament, it's Drew Timme, but he echoes Few's sentiment. The best thing about this run for him has nothing to do with himself.
Favorite thing I've done is just we've been winning. That's been the only thing on my mind, and that's the only thing that I'm excited about, and I can't wait to get out there and play tomorrow.
And that brings us back to being undefeated. These Zags right now are just aiming to go 1-0 on Saturday.
We're not focusing too much on what we have done. The mission's in front of us, and we got a lot we can work on and get better on. So we're focused on this game coming up with UCLA, and that's the only thing on our mind right now.
Now, Mark, I don't know if you noticed in that piece, but Drew's Fu Manchu, nowhere to be seen. It's been grown out into a beard, so the media had to ask, what's going to happen come Saturday? He said, well, my facial hair kind of has a mind of its own.
Oh.
I let it do what it wants, so we'll just have to wait and see. Gonzaga and UCLA have played twice in the NCAA tournament, once in 2015 and, of course, once in 2006.
That 2006 Sweet 16 loss is one of the, if not the most heartbreaking loss in Gonzaga history. Well, today I spoke with a member of that GU squad, Derek Ravio, about that experience and what he says Gonzaga needs to do to win tomorrow.
And that's it! What a comeback!
That's when I wish I could get back, but hopefully it's there's sweet revenge tomorrow.
15 years later and the loss still stings. In 2006, Gonzaga's season ended with Adam Morrison in tears. The Bruins scored the final 11 points of the game to beat Gonzaga by 2 and advance to the Elite 8. UCLA was a 3 seed that year, Gonzaga a 2 seed. Derek Ravio was a junior and ran the point for the Bulldogs.
UCLA kind of had that momentum going. We were in control most of that game. And I feel like we kind of took the pedal off the gas a little, and we weren't as aggressive and not as, in attack mode. And, a lot of things went right for UCLA, and it just, unraveled.
9 years later, the Bulldogs and Bruins met again in the Sweet 16. This time, Gonzaga took care of business, beating UCLA by 12 to advance to the Elite 8. Saturday, the teams meet up again, this time in the Final Four. Ravio likes GU's chances.
When it comes to tournament, it's all about matchups, who's hot, who's playing the best this time of year, and a little luck. And I think they're rolling right now. They've got a lot of confidence, and they've got great momentum.
As for Ravio, the following year, he was named Co-West Coast Conference Player of the Year. He went on to play 10 years overseas before returning to Spokane a few years ago. He knows his alma mater has a great shot at winning a national title, but he says the focus right now is beating UCLA.
The player side, you don't want to take added pressure. So it's like, you don't want those guys to think about it. I'm sure the coaches just tell them, hey, game at a time, practice at a time. But I think it'd be really special for the school and especially the region and the city.
Fun fact about Derek Ravio, he is second all-time in Division I NCAA college basketball for free throw percentage. He shot 92.7% from the stripe, and Brenna, as we know, free throws always important, especially down the stretch.
That is insane. Gonzaga and UCLA tip off at 5:34 Pacific time on Saturday, and you can only watch it right here on KREM 2. Reporting in Indianapolis for Mark Hanrahan, I'm Brenna Green, KREM 2 Sports.
Thanks to the both of you. Meanwhile, the Washington State Patrol has a word of warning to basketball fans. Don't drink during tomorrow's Final Four and then drive. The State Patrol is putting extra troopers on the road tomorrow to look for drunk and distracted drivers. They're even bringing in troopers from WSP's Mobile Impaired Driving Union to operate special breathalyzers to quickly process drivers that have been arrested. Troopers in this unit are also trained so they can legally perform blood tests on suspected impaired drivers. The State Patrol urged drivers to be safe and smart and finished up saying, "Go Zags." And Spokane police are also on the lookout. SPD says they're beefing up its law enforcement ahead of tomorrow's game. Gonzaga University campus security and public safety will join SPD in providing security and enforcement throughout the afternoon, evening, and into the early hours of Sunday, April 4th. Now, they want to remind people to have a designated driver. But as we get ready for the Zags to take on UCLA in the Final Four, we're also very excited about this. Spokane Valley natives Lexi and Lacey Hull, who are going to the Women's NCAA Championship with Stanford. Now, the Cardinals defeated South Carolina in a thrilling Final Four game to win 66-65 today. Now, this is the furthest the Central Valley graduates have ever been in the Big Dance. Now, here's the wild finish from the game. South Carolina gets a steal, but that's Lexi Hull, you'll see, get a crucial defensive stop to preserve the lead. Now, the Gamecocks missed the follow at the buzzer and Stanford won. Lexi had 18 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. Lacey had 1 point, 1 steal, and 1 assist. The Hull twins and Stanford will play the winner of UConn and Arizona on Sunday, and we're cheering them on too. All right, to weather now. What a gorgeous way to end the work week. Although it was a little bit windy outside, wasn't too bad. Meteorologist Tom Sherry joining us to tell us what's in store for Easter weekend.
Well, it was a beautiful day today. We made a Good Friday with some great weather, and we're tracking another warm day on Saturday. Although we will look for temperatures to climb into the low 60s, we will see mostly cloudy skies for both Saturday and Sunday. And now it looks like on Easter Sunday, about mid-morning into the mid-afternoon hours, we will get some light rain showers at times. So keep that in mind with your Easter plans. You can see the satellite radar picture shows that low pressure system up in the Gulf of Alaska beginning to elongate now. We're still under that southwesterly flow, so we've enjoyed the warm temperatures today and again on Saturday, but we're going to look for more unstable weather to move in over the weekend. So I've got 62 for your high on Saturday under mostly cloudy skies. Chance of rain from mid-morning on Sunday morning through the middle of the afternoon hours. Still, we'll look for a daytime high of 58. I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Well, new tonight, new COVID restrictions are in place in Pullman. The public health director issued an order limiting the size of outdoor gatherings following a surge of cases there. Our Casey Decker has the details about why that order was issued and how it's being enforced.
Case numbers have been growing in Pullman recently, particularly among college students.
Yeah, I think there's a number of things happening. I think one is COVID fatigue. I think people are just ready to get back to normal, and this is really wearing on them. And the other thing is the weather is improving, and so people want to get outside and they want to engage in activities and visit with their friends, and so it's completely understandable. But we really have to get through this last part. We're so close to getting everyone eligible for vaccinations.
With parties getting larger and more frequent, WSU sent out a stern notice to students to dial it back. Today, the county health director turned that warning into an order. Under Phase 3, outdoor gatherings of up to 50 people were allowed. Now, within the city of Pullman, the limit will be 10. Local leaders say this is an important step to avoid having Whitman County bounced back to Phase 2 when counties get evaluated in just over a week.
Our businesses in Pullman are already suffering. They're just starting to try to recover a little bit with the increase in capacity that's been allowed from moving forward in the phases. So to move back in phases would be extremely detrimental to businesses and other entities in the city.
As for enforcement, the order is so new that the Pullman police chief says his officers will mostly just be focused on educating people about it when they break up large parties.
Obviously, if we have to return back to someone we've already warned again, then they will get a ticket from us. But for right now, we're going to educate them on what the new requirements are.
He says he's optimistic people will learn quickly to follow this order and help the county stop the ongoing surge.
We've received really good compliance. It's really just a small minority that we have an issue with.
Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
We're just getting started here on the news at 11. A Capitol Hill police officer was killed after a man rammed his car towards police. Coming up, more on the incident outside the Capitol just 3 months after the January 6th insurrection.